Mind how it works? Are you more interested in how the mind works, or
Somewhat.
that's the one?
It had a pleasant brilliance to it.
Yeah. Very good. All right, sir.
Nice stuff. I feel better.
And use the arrows to set the image.
Oh, wow.
Finish this
Okay.
and come and see me next week.
I think that's your watch.
What was your name again?
When you finish, you can select whatever.
All
you
right,
want.
thank you.
Robert.
Oh, Robert.
Yeah.
You know someone who was never fully recovered from a serious loss in life? Or a traumatic experience? And in your own day-to-day life, do you sometimes experience self-doubts, negative thoughts, unreasonable fears, upsets, or irrational behavior? The painful experiences of our past clearly have an effect upon our present behavior. But to what degree and why? So what causes the mind to depart from rational thought or behavior? That is the subject of Dianetics. Every moment of your life, your mind is recording everything that's happening to you. Every sight, every sound, every taste, smell, pain, emotion, touch, everything. These recordings form what is called the time track, a consecutive record of all the experiences accumulated throughout your existence. Your mind uses this information to make decisions and solve problems relating to your survival. The better its decisions, the better you survive. Most of this data is stored in your analytical mind, that part of your mind that thinks, remembers, and calculates. But some of your experiences are not recorded into those analytical memory banks. It is a discovery of Dianetics that all of your painful experiences are stored in a previously unknown part of the mind. It's called the reactive mind, and it throws those experiences back at you in an irrational attempt to get you to avoid the same painful thing from happening to you again. Here's a simple and common example.
They also call that shell shock.
At some point, you've probably gotten sick from eating tainted food. Later in life, if you see or smell or possibly even think about that particular food again, you start to feel a little nauseous. Now, you know that logically, the mere sight or smell or thought of a food can't physically make your body ill, because you haven't actually eaten it yet. And yet you're experiencing the same sick feeling you had before. This is your reactive mind, making you re-experience the same perceptions it recorded in that earlier incident, in a crude attempt to protect you from what it believes is a dangerous situation. It reacts solely on a stimulus-response basis, and below your awareness. The painful experiences hidden in your reactive mind are the cause of your fears, insecurities, negative thoughts, unwanted emotions, and irrational behavior. You've been accumulating these deeply buried experiences throughout your existence. In fact, the most damaging among them occurred before you were born. Dianetics reveals how these negative experiences are stored and contains a technology to free yourself from them. What would life be like if all of the pain you've experienced no longer affected your abilities, emotions, and behavior? You would think and behave rationally, making the best possible decisions relating to your survival. You would be able to utilize your imagination and creativity to their fullest. You would be confident, more intelligent and productive and happier. You would be yourself, free to enjoy life and reach your full potential. In short, your mind would be clear. That is the goal of Dianetics. People achieve this state every day, and so can you.
Let's watch Dynamics around the world.
Dianetics, the modern science of mental health, was released to the world on May 9, 1950. It was an immediate bestseller, and ignited a grassroots movement that spawned some 750 Dianetics groups almost overnight. Thereafter saw the establishment of the first formal Dianetics organizations, dotting the map from Elizabeth, New Jersey to Los Angeles, California. And such was popular demand from every quarter, L. Ron Hubbard crisscrossed the country, lecturing, demonstrating, and personally instructing students on Dianetic techniques. Yet if that's but a brief glimpse of the Dianetics phenomenon circa 1950, over the ensuing 5 decades, the momentum has only continued to build year by year. Dianetics returned to the New York Times bestseller list for an unprecedented 100 weeks and appeared on another 100-plus lists around the world. As such, it was honored as among the most significant nonfiction works of the 20th century. It has further seen translation into more than 50 languages, from Afrikaans to Hindi, Mongolian to Portuguese, Taiwanese to Zulu. Meanwhile, a new reader picks up a copy every 4.8 seconds, thereby beginning the adventure anew in that vast and hitherto unknown realm half an inch back of the forehead. And just as it was in May 1950, 21st century readers dedicate themselves to improving not only their own lives, but those of their family, friends, and community. And so, you'll now find Dianetics foundations, organizations, and grassroots groups across 160 nations. So for the rapid global tour, here's but a snapshot of the world of Dianetics today. In Bolivia, from Santa Cruz de la Sierra to the Cochabamba Valley and the capital city of La Paz, where it's Dianetics in the professional ranks of physicians, designers, architects, and entrepreneurs. In the African nation of Mali, where it's now a Dianetics group 100 strong and a membership that literally stretches all the way to Timbuktu. In the Italian industrial center of Modena, where it's hundreds at a time training as Dianetics practitioners. In France, where it's Dianetics in Marseille to the west and along the Riviera in Cannes and Nice to the east. Across Eastern Europe, where Dianetics tracks throughout the Balkans, from Slovenia, Serbia, Bosnia, and Macedonia, and all over the Commonwealth of Independent States, where now stand better than 100 groups, from Moscow and St. Petersburg to Arzamas and Astrakhan on the Caspian Sea. It's even along the Himalayan foothills in Nepal, where some 6,000 Dianetics counselors in 7 cities include among their ranks the legendary Gurkhas. There's more across Pakistan, Bangladesh, and the Philippines, while thousands of others apply the techniques of Dianetics in Taiwan, Japan, New Zealand, and Australia, even as far afield as Papua New Guinea. So yes, Dianetics is not only the all-time best-selling book on the human mind, it is also a truly global phenomenon. But beyond all that, there is what Dianetics means to any individual who cares to pick it up. For here is the book that signals an adventure that can lead to a saner, more able, and happier you.
You pick the next one. I don't think you have the right soul for it. Let's watch. Conquer. I think it's the same thing over and over.